This is Defender Radio. I'm Michael Howie, and this is Defender Radio, the podcast for wildlife advocates and animal lovers, brought to you by the Fur Bearers. Finding community is an important part of being an advocate, and in a post-pandemic world, that can be a struggle. Fortunately, opportunities like Humane Canada's Summit for Animals bring together hundreds of like-minded people, sharing resources, ideas, and finding hope together. The 2025 Summit for Animals is taking place in Montreal, Quebec, on April 27, 28, and 29, and there's still time to submit a proposal to present yourself. To learn more about the summit, the range of subjects that will be presented upon, and what kind of proposal is perfect, Humane Canada's Natalia Hanson joins Defender Radio. Let's start by talking a little bit about the Humane Canada Convention, what it is and what people can look forward to.
Amazing. So the Humane Canada Summit for Animals, it's our annual signature conference, which we host once per year. And next year, it's happening in Montreal, April 27th, 28th, and 29th. And it brings together the animal welfare sector. There really is no other conference of this kind in Canada. We've been doing it for 11 years. So Montreal will be the 12th edition. We keep growing exponentially. And we just keep hearing from people how much they love it because it's their once per year chance to connect with like-minded individuals, to network, and to grow professionally.
And it's so important to meet people who work in the industry as well, especially I work remotely, and I know a lot of other folks in our industry work remotely now. A lot of cost-saving methods and things like that. And you can go 3 months working from home and with Zoom and everything connect with people, but never actually be in the same room as any of your colleagues or people on other teams. And I've got friends at a few nonprofits, and we talk almost daily as if we work together. But being able to connect, have a coffee, put a face to a name, all of that, it makes such an impact, I think.
Totally, 100%. Like even for us, for the Humane Canada team, before the pandemic, we were a small team. We were based in Ottawa. Then pandemic happened. We went all to work from home. And then we were able to actually hire a lot of talented people from across Canada. And a lot of us didn't know each other. And we meet once a year at the conference. And it's so nice to see like, oh, hello, it's nice to finally see you in person after I've seen you 100 times on Zoom.
Absolutely. It's a different connection, and I think it really brings people together. That's something we need more and more these days, is reasons to be together.
Totally.
Now,
Yes.
let's talk about the type of event it is. I mean, as I recall, it started very specifically focused on Humane Society SPCA type outfits. So a lot of it was a collection, I believe, of Humane Societies originally, but the conference has evolved a great deal over those 11 years. What kind of subjects and speakers are you looking for the event in Montreal?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, as you said, Mike, so when the conference started in 2014, it was mainly for a Humane Society SPCA kind of audience, because Humane Canada is the Federation of Humane Societies and SPCAs. And through the years, it has grown to also include other people who are involved in animal welfare. So it's not just for shelter staff. We have people who are involved in policymaking, for example, in enacting stronger legislation for animal protection. We have people who are working in TNRs, in trap, neuter, return for cats. We have people who are working in outreach. We've even expanded our audience to include even people who work in human social services, because there is a connection in working together, human and animal services. So specifically for 2025, we have 10 educational topics, 10 different streams, and people can learn all about them on our website. I won't go into detail into all of them. But to give you an example, some of those topics are marketing, we have shelter and community medicine, we have outreach and integration, fundraising as well, of course, we have leadership, we have wild and farm animals, and people can read in detail everything about these 10 educational topics on the website, which is humanecanada.ca/summit. And as you just said, we are currently accepting presentation proposals to speak at next year's conference in Montreal.
So we've got a pretty wide variety of audience. What kind of folks are you looking to submit? Is there a particular subject area, or really is it open across the board of, if you've got something you think is worth sharing, we want to hear it?
That's exactly it. Yes, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people people sometimes feel intimidated when they think of speaking at a conference because they may think, well, I'm not a PhD. I don't have a master's in whatever. I haven't published a research paper. I haven't been in the news. And it doesn't have to be like that. I think there's a lot of power in learning from one another. Even the smaller grassroots volunteer-run rescues or organizations can have a lot to share and teach the big organizations, the big guys. So I would encourage everybody that if they have something to share, if they have something that they feel can be worth sharing with a nationwide audience and fits within those 10 educational topics, go ahead and submit an application. Look, the worst thing that can happen is a no. That is one thing that I say to myself in my life. One of my mottos is the worst thing that can happen is a no. And that's important to note as well, too. When we encourage people to submit applications, we always say, it's not guaranteed that you'll be accepted as a speaker, right? We only have about 50 sessions in total over 3 days of conference, and we get so many good applications. It's sometimes hard to really choose. We wish we had, more space to accommodate everything. But yeah, just go ahead and read through the submission guidelines, read through all the educational topics, and if there's something that you feel it's worth sharing, go ahead and submit an application.
Awesome. And where can folks learn more? How can they get involved? Where can they learn all of the things about this event so they can be prepared for when it turns around and is available?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is always the best source of information, and it's humanecanada.ca/summit. That's SUMMIT. Social media as well. We're constantly posting about the conference, about the call for speakers process. And we are on basically all social media platforms. We are on LinkedIn, X, Facebook, Instagram, and people can find us as Humane Canada. And lastly, if there is a particular question they have, they can email us directly, the events team. Our email is events@humanecanada.ca. And we're really good at getting back to people, usually within about 24 hours. And yeah, we're just here to support everybody. We want to put together, I know we say this every year, but we really want to put together the best conference yet.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to include?
The last thing that I want to say is registration opens on November 21st. So stay tuned because we will have amazing discounts. It's going to be the best discounts, and they are only available for a limited time, only about 2 weeks or so. And then lastly, we have a really cool giveaway right now. If people want to learn more about the conference, they can add their name to our email list. And we are going to do a draw at the end of November for a 2-night stay with breakfast for 2 at the beautiful and iconic Fairmont, the Queen Elizabeth in Montreal.
Ooh.
This prize is sponsored by them. That's actually where we're hosting the conference. And fun fact, that is the hotel where John Lennon wrote the iconic song, Give Peace a Chance.
Really?
So I can't guarantee that people will stay at the same room, no, but at least they'll be at the same hotel.
That's awesome. And maybe we'll end up getting some inspiration for a next generational song or anthem of peace and love and friendship.
Yeah.
We can hope.
Yeah,
I mean, again, you can't promise that's going to happen at the event, but it could happen at the event. And who would want to miss that?
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, just to tie everything together, people, when we get the feedback after the conference, people really bring that word up a lot. Hope. I feel hope after attending. I feel inspired. I feel enlightened. And that means a lot to us because it means we're doing things right.
To learn more about Humane Canada, submit a proposal, and make sure you learn about early bird discounts and giveaways, visit humanecanada.ca/summit. You can also follow Humane Canada on Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn. I want to thank Natalia for her time and all of you for listening. The next season of the Defender Radio and Switch podcasts are coming soon, and I can't wait to share them all with you. Remember to subscribe or follow the podcast wherever you listen and sign up to get email updates at defenderradio.com. Until next time, I'm Michael Howie for Defender Radio and the Fur Bears, reminding you to stay informed and stay strong.